Hi, I'm Dave Baker, and we're going to talk about some stuff that happened in the comic book industry this week. We're going to talk about some comic book rumors, we're going to talk about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and we're going to talk about Ringside #1. So a big topic of discussion these days on the Marvel Comics side of things is the fate of Cyclops. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Extraordinary X-Men 1 and 2, the characters talk about him being dead a lot, but I'm personally not convinced that he's dead. I think that people just think that he's dead. I personally have heard a rumor, told to me by someone who has a connection at Marvel Editorial, that the fact that he is dead is true, but he didn't die in Secret Wars. He basically revealed a massive secret that a bunch of mutants were keeping about, I don't know what, but he revealed a secret to the general populace and then was assassinated, like so many political figures like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I don't know if this is true or not, but it would make a lot of sense, especially how hard Jeff Lemire is hitting the Cyclops is dead button in Extraordinary X-Men. So we'll have to see what happens. If you have an idea what that secret could be, feel free to comment below. Next up this week, we're going to talk about a comic book that was never published that I wished got published. Doom Patrol by Gerard Way and Becky Cloonan. At Thought Bubble a couple weeks ago, Gerard Way gave an interview where he talked about the fact that DC Comics had reached out to him for a pitch, and he had pitched Doom Patrol, and Becky Cloonan was going to do the artwork, but the project fell through because of his touring schedule with My Chemical Romance, which I'm heartbroken over. I want this book to exist so badly, and I hope now that DC Comics is just grasping at straws for things to publish, looking at you, Dark Knight 3, that they contact him again, because he's no longer in My Chem. So maybe you guys can work something out. Hey, DC, please do something I care about. I want to read your books. First up this week, we're going to talk about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur by Natasha Bustos, Amy Reeder, and Brandon Montclair. I'm really excited about this book, primarily because it seems like an idea that should have been done a long time ago. Why has it been so long since we've had Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur book? I don't know. I love both of those characters, and putting them in a modern setting sounds great. And taking out Moon Boy and putting in a young female lead? Take me to there. That sounds awesome. Only problem is nothing really happens in the book. It's kind of like written for trade, so the first 20 pages is just all set up and not even really that interesting setup. It's kind of like, oh, and then she goes to school and has problems at school with people. And she's really smart, and she builds stuff. She's like a kid genius. But Future Foundation doesn't want her, so she's forced to be in a real school. And then she finds this device. And oh, Devil Dinosaur teleports through it. That's like the whole issue. Kind of a little bit let down by that. I wanted a little bit more substance, but the idea is so strong, and Bustos' art is so rad, and Amy Reeder is such a cool human that I'm gonna continue buying it because I love the idea of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like, it's just fun to say, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like, I challenge anyone to say that phrase and be grumpy. It's great. Finally this week, we're going to talk about Ringside #1 by Joe Keating and Nick Barber. This is a wrestling comic, which I never thought that I would be reading, but it's really, really rad. It's kind of like the behind the scenes of WWE wrestling world mixed with some film noir stuff. So it's about an old washed up wrestler who goes to Japan to train wrestlers and then gets called back to the States by one of his friends who's in trouble. And you kind of see him wander around, connect with some old friends, connect with some people. You see how hard the wrestling life is, how like brutal it is to your body, and also emotionally, because you're on the road so much as a wrestler, it's hard to maintain relationships with people. And it's this really great kind of decompressed, slow-moving film noir movie set in the world of wrestling. I really, really dug it. The only thing that I would say about it is that I wish there was actually more wrestling in it. Like, I wish that there was more kind of behind-the-scenes wrestling stuff of like, this is how we choreograph our fights, or this is what this specific turn means in terms of the heel switch to a baby face, or like weird stuff like that. Like, it feels like it's not capitalizing fully on the fact that it's set in the wrestling world. Because it's not really, it's just about a guy who is a wrestler or was a wrestler. We'll see if the series kind of veers into that direction as it goes forward, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's going to be more kind of straight and narrow noir as opposed to WWE body slamming shit. Either way, I really, really dug the book, and I would highly recommend you picking it up. That's what happened to the comic book industry this week. If you'd like to read comics that I write, you can find them at theactionhospital.com. If you'd like to come meet me, I'll be at the East Bay Art Book and Zine Fest in San Francisco, California, December 12th. If you'd like to pick up a recommended read this week, I'm recommending Alias, the Omnibus, because I know that you've watched Jessica Jones and that you liked it. As always, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and I will see you next time.